Hi everyone, Mrs. Jenner here. I hope everybody's doing well, and I really miss seeing everybody in the library. Honestly, I'm sitting here all by myself, and no one's around to talk to me except for some teachers here and there to come in and get their printing. I'm starting to talk to myself. It's pretty sad. I miss everybody. I miss the fact that we had kids in this library almost every period of the day. Um, And while I talk to myself a lot, normally this seems like an astronomical amount of talking to myself. So I decided I'm going to talk to you on a video instead because why not? It's at least I'm making a video instead of talking to myself with no one else to hear me. Because eventually you'll hear this, hopefully. Um, but so we're going to do some videos, not only because I'm tired of talking to myself, but because you guys can't come into the library to check out books anymore. By now, you should know the whole process of checking out books. You have to go to the library catalog and place holds. That button is fixed. I know a few of you have expressed to me that there was no actual hold button. We figured out why, and it's there now. So you can go place some holds and we can start checking out books. Um, but you can't come in and just browse the stacks. You can't come in for my recommendations like some of you did. So we're going to do a series of book talk videos where I am going to talk about books that I recommend and hopefully some books that you recommend. And what would be even better is if you made some videos about books that you recommend, shared them with me, and then I'll share them with everybody else. Um, because sometimes you know some really cool books that I don't, and we all should be able to have some knowledge of that because there's some really cool books out there that everybody should experience. Um, so hopefully we get to do a lot of book talks through videos, and hopefully we can do some through Google Meets at some point. But for now, we'll stick to videos and see how it goes. So I wanted to get the ball rolling with a book that I read last school year. Kind of in like February-ish, January, February-ish, I think. No, later than that, I think. I don't know. Last school year, called They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. Some of you might have heard of Adam Silvera. He's written Infinity Son, History is All You Left Me, More Happy Than Not. But this is one of his books as well. And honestly, I picked it up because I needed something cool to read, and someone else recommended it to me. I didn't think I was going to like it because I thought, well, this author's giving away the ending, so why should I read it? I already know what's going to happen. They're going to die, right? And, well, yeah, they die, but it's really actually a really cool story before they actually die. So, the setting of this story is in New York City, actually, and there's two main characters. Actually, I think it's New York City. I'm pretty sure it's New York City, but anyways, it's a city. There's two main characters, and their names are Mateo and Rufus, and they live in a society where they have this technology per se, I guess, where you know when you're gonna die. What happens is they have a corporation called Deathcast um, that calls you and tells you you're going to die because they have that knowledge somehow. Um, and they call you and you're going to die within 24 hours. So basically, if you're lucky, you have one more day to live. If you're not so lucky, I mean, you could die the next hour or so, I guess. But hopefully, you at least get one more day to say your goodbyes and do what you need to do, tie up any loose ends. But there's these two main characters, Mateo and Rufus. They're actually teenagers, which is kind of sad. Um, but they get that call a little after midnight saying that they're going to die. Mateo is a little more nervous about it all. I mean, Rufus is too, but he's kind of more the cool, easygoing type than Mateo is. Mateo's more stuck at home, kind of thing. He doesn't really like to go out and do stuff. Not many friends, that kind of stuff. So what Mateo does is he signs up for an app called Last Friend. And it's an app where you can go on and people sign up to be your last friend if they're not going to die that day. So they'll spend the day with you, so you have somebody to spend the day with. But then other people that are going to die, they're actually called deckers, will go onto this app too, and they can connect with other deckers so that they have someone to spend the last day with that's not going to be like traumatized by their death, I guess. So that's how Mateo and Rufus meet. They both go on to Last Friend and they meet each other there. And the two really couldn't be more different, but somehow their differences make them really connect. And they form this really cool relationship. And by the end of the book, you don't want them to die. You want them to go and live life and experience things and be friends or whatever for the rest of their lives. But they die, so you're kind of let down by that. But throughout the story, you're following them through their day, and they're building this relationship, and they're teaching the reader to live their last day to the fullest, because you never know when your last day is. And it's filling you with hope and sadness and wonder and nostalgia and even a little comedy here and there. Even though these guys are going to die, you're going to laugh at some point in this book. And it's just a really cool story, the way Adam Silvera spins it. That you don't really care that you know what's going to happen at the end. You want to follow their story throughout this one day and see how they experience their last day. And you just hope and pray that Deathcast got it wrong. They don't, but you hope. So we have this book in the library. I'm actually the only one that's checked it out so far, so it's pretty brand new for the most part. So go on to that library catalog, search for They Both Die at the End, and it can be yours to read first. Again, if you have any really cool books that you want to share or any book talks you want to do, let me know. I'm going to go quarantine this book so that if somebody wants it, they can check it out within a week. And we will get this book talk video series rolling. I got to come up with a better name for that. But I will be talking to you at some point. Thanks.